Welcome back to my channel. We are back in the car for another car chit chat video, and the reason is it's the quiet place right now. It's the quietest place. So I'm hiding out here and the kids are watching YouTube. I think they're watching Organized Mom right now. For that, they were doing clean with me videos for their channel. So right now I have a clean house. Well, this video was something that I was trying to kind of put together in my mind last night as we wrapped up Nutcracker, so pretty much like Mom is on this crash phase. And by that I mean I have no motivation or energy to do anything, but it's still the Christmas season. Actually, we are 1 week away from it being Christmas. So I did the last car chit chat video with kind of about consumerism, minimalism, Christmas, etc. And I think in that video I mentioned that I was not going to be sharing what we got the kids for Christmas, what we have in our stockings. I decided not to share any of that. Number one, my kids watch my videos, and I'm kind of glad that they do, and I don't want to discourage that. Two, I just, in the end, it didn't seem right, for lack of a better word. I've even kind of shut down watching a lot of other people that I normally watch on a regular basis. They've been sharing it, and I don't even want to watch theirs. Right now is not a good time for me. I'm in my comparison trap. I tend to get this way when I've kind of gotten overwhelmed and I shut down, and then I just start a comparison trap. So I'm not even going to bother watching anything because I'm just going to feel bad about what I am not doing. But this video is going to be sharing with you just some thoughts on Christmas and gift giving and things like that. I'm actually going to go back to my childhood. Christmas was my mom's favorite. It is my mom's favorite time of the year. Christmas is my mom's Christmas gift, basically. She loves putting pretty packages under the tree. She loves shopping for the perfect gift for everyone. She loves Christmas. And as a kid, my mom's enthusiasm probably is something I remember. Something that I have noticed with minimalism videos is nobody remembers what they got for Christmas. And I disagree. I remember most of what I got for Christmas. Not all, you know, but I remember a good amount of them. There was a Christmas that we got it was either Target or Toys R Us dolls, and her name was Emily. She was beautiful. She had glasses. My brother got a boy doll named Benjamin. Like, that just clicked. Today he was a little blonde doll and he had Benjamin. Actually, the boy doll is the one that had glasses, and I stole them because I wanted my girl to have them. And she had this she had a plaid dress on with like cream petticoats. And so there was that Christmas. There was a Christmas that my mom was like, we cannot do American Girl dolls. So she found Target black doll for me because I wanted Addie, the American Girl doll. There was the year we got Magic Attic dolls. There was the year that I got this, I believe it was a sewing kit, but it was it looked like a little trunk. It was covered in this patchwork fabric, and inside it was just silks and cottons and velvet, and then it was gingham shears. Those are the best sewing scissors. And a book, Mary Frances and her doll, or something like that. But basically it was a living book about how to make doll dresses. And so that was one year. One year I got a camera. I even know what year that was because my sister Andra was born in 1997, on October of 1997, and it was the following year, so she was just over a year old. And the first picture I ever took on my new camera was her waking up on Christmas morning, and I came in the bedroom and she was in her little playpen just kind of looking up like drowsy, like, oh, finally somebody's coming to get me. That was the very first picture I ever took on that camera. There was a year that I got a purse that to this day I still look in stores for something that was so similar. It had a flap on one side, and my mom had put like a little hairbrush and some ponytail holders, some chapstick, and a small little thing of lotion. And then on the other side, you know, you could put, I think there was a wallet in there. Like, I don't even remember the wallet. But there was that one year. There was another year where we had like I had a leather wallet that had etching in it with a rose and a blanket stitch. Like, I remember all of these, okay? The year of the locket where I got locketed earrings, the year that my mom made my prairie dress, and it was blue with red roses, and that was a year that I blossomed very quickly. And now my mom's very small and I'm large. I don't think she was prepared for how quickly I blossomed or how large. And I only got to wear that like 6 times, which was so sad to me because I had been looking so much to that prairie dress, and I was 13, 14 years old. So, I mean, it wasn't like I was 8. I had waited a long time for that, which probably means I was probably more like 12. Anyway, I shared those with you to kind of illustrate, I remember those gifts. They were very me. I don't remember what my siblings got. No, that's not true, and this will explain more about me. One year my mom made my sister this wardrobe out of foam, and she covered it with fabric, and inside was dresses on hangers and a little drawer with like shoes and everything. I remember that one. And I remember, I remember that one. So, you know, there was meaning behind those gifts. They were very us, and we used them. And yeah, when I think about the gifts that I've done for my kids, there's only a few that I remember. And I don't know why. I know, first of all, we won't have the money that my mom was able to put out for us. Like, we'll never have that kind of amount. And that's okay. Like, you literally just do what makes your heart happy. And my mom's heart is very happy in doing those kinds of things for her grandkids. And for me, it's like, okay, so now I have to basically retrain myself in the area of Christmas because my husband isn't into the gifts and the traditions. Like, he would love a low-key, less is more kind of thing. Less to do, more to relax. And I'm not against that unless there's if there's a purpose for it where we're relaxing so that we can read more in Advent or do more good in Advent. And we kind of don't do that. Honestly, hashtag real life, my husband has clinical depression, and the winter months are the hardest. So a lot of times it's me keeping us busy because it's the easiest thing to do. So coming back around in a full circle, what do we do when we want experiences as Christmas gifts and not stuff? And I just shared with you the memories I had to give you an idea. As you can see, there was a lot of memories, but there was a purpose behind the gifts that I got. Like making the doll dresses. I have been sewing now for 25 years. Ever since I was 5 years old, I made a 9 patch. Apparently without any help. I just looked at a pattern and sat down and made it. I don't remember this. I was 5. But my mom tells that story. And so the purse, it was kind of like that transition into being old enough to have a purse. And the the prairie dress, something that I had longed for. I was the weirdo that was 14 years old walking to the library with a basket that I picked up for 25 cents at a, yard sale, wearing my Jane Austen style dress that I had made. I was that girl. So a prairie dress meant a lot. And you can look for things like that for your children. It's not about, okay, we're all going to go to Disneyland for Christmas kind of thing, which doesn't sound very fun to me at all. I'm not a Disney person. Exclamation point. But for some people that might be. And kudos. Enjoy. Go. Have fun. And I'm making this because it's like in my mind as I'm watching these things, I get pulled at two sides. There's the one side that's just like, no, we're not going to have stuff. We're not going to, we're minimalizing, we're keeping things simple, and you kind of lose Christmas in that. And then there's the other side that is so focused on commercialism and buying the best and giving their kids the best that they forget that sometimes the most simplest is the most meaningful. And as with everything that I end up doing in my videos, it's your pendulum that you've got to go from one side to the other until you find your middle ground. And if your child is dying, okay, that might be a strong word. If your child really wants a Lala dolls were in for a while. I don't even know what's in right now. Other the LOL dolls, I have no idea. Zero. Zilch. Nada. But if your child is into that, and that would bring her joy, it's not a sin to give it to her. It's not making the world a horrible place for buying into this. You have to think, going to the heart of the matter, are you just wanting to find something that is popular, so therefore your child would like it, and to put it under the tree? Or is that something that's really going to make your daughter happy, and you're going to put it under the tree because you're wanting to bring a little bit of joy into the life? There's a whole debate on about Christian and Christmas, but I'm not even going to touch that. Okay, I have my struggles. I have my struggles with that because I love Christmas. I love that God doesn't make everything black and white. He puts a lot of color into the world, and we try so hard to make things black and white, and sometimes they aren't as simple as that. And I'm going to leave it at that. And in the effort of trying to make Christmas a holiday that means a lot to us, not just in terms of what we can get, but because it's the opportunity to give. We try to give all year round. Like we're not limited only by this time, but it is a good time to do it. I don't know. I don't know how to put it. These are also opportunities to listen, to really learn your children. And today, like I said, I've been kind of in a funk, and literally I could probably sit in bed all day and be just fine with it, just kind of tired and done and unmotivated. I think that's the word, unmotivated. And my son, my oldest son, he's 10, he took all the ornaments off the tree. All of them. I was not happy To be honest, I really wasn't awake enough to say anything as he was doing this. My mind was just like, he's doing something and I need to say something. I'm not sure what he's doing and what I need to say because that connector hadn't hit yet. And I was like, what are you doing? Why are you taking all the ornaments off the tree? He's like, we need to put all the Jesus ornaments on top because Christmas is for Jesus. Now, if I had jumped down, this is God, okay, seriously, because if I hadn't, yeah, it was God. I could have missed hearing that. Because he's also my sensitive one, and if I had jumped down his throat list, like, why are you doing this? Why are you creating all this work? Why would you waste your time like this? Because that would have been my first reaction. I would have missed what he wanted to do, which was put all the Jesus ornaments on top because Christmas was about Jesus, or Jesus is about Christmas, or whatever that is. You know what I mean? Other opportunities like this pop up with my daughter. She'll make her list of things that she wants to do for Christmas presents, and she'll be struggling so hard with sitting down and writing stuff. She's like, I don't know what to give them. And I'll be like, well, what do they like? She's like, well, I don't really have the money to get them all this. I was like, well, but what do they like? If you get down to that, then you can figure things out. And because of this, like, she has really pulled out creativity to create something that is not just a gift to give, but it's something that they will really enjoy and be able to use. We hope. There's always, anyway. And these opportunities come up. It's harder for birthdays to have these moments because you're usually within school, you're within other time and routines, and usually about this time of year, like, our schooling is this crafting time, and so we put everything into crafting. And like, she would miss these moments. My son Benjamin, who's 6, again, we're going back to moments and time and children. He will wrap up things that I'm like, okay, kid. He will wrap up a dirty old hat that his dad needs. And of course, I know that he's just grasping at straws to wrap something up to give. And they're probably not his favorite. But it all begins with that. And usually, because he is my gifter. Like, he won't just have one gift for birthdays. He's going to go through everything he owns and try to find mini packages for the birthday person to open. Within all of those packages, he will always give something that means a lot to him, to that person. If it's just one thing, he won't give them all, but he'll find one thing. And it starts at that age, and it builds up. And so Christmas and minimalism and everything and meaning and purpose and all this, it goes into those little moments. It's not into trying to make everything as simple as possible. It's not just that. It's not into trying to make everything as meaningful as possible. It's not into putting so much into how little you will give, or the most practical thing you can give, or the complete opposite of the best thing that you can give. It's all in the little moments. The little moments that I will take away. I may not remember what I get my kids for Christmas, but I'm going to remember these little moments that are building their character. And that's what I want to share with you all. It's those moments that they're so subtle and they're so small. And if you're not watching, you'll miss them. I don't even want to think about how many I've missed. mainly because I've been too focused on wanting everything perfect. Whether it's a perfectly decorated house, which will never be me, ever, or a perfectly clean house, which is something that's always in my mind, or the most gifts that I can give that'll be practical but still fun for them to unwrap. That's something I would do. Through all of that, I will miss those moments with the kids. That's going to be more than anything I could ever give them. Anything. So, friends out there that have watched, we're at 20 minutes now, that have watched this whole thing, I hope that's something to take away. Whether you choose to go all out and go to Walmart and find the best toys you can, or the other one that wants to hand make, knit some mittens, knit some mittens for your kids, or a hat, or whatever. Enjoy it. Don't do it Scrooge-like. Enjoy it. And don't forget those moments with your kids. Yesterday, going back, my 6-year-old and we made bread. And he had so much fun with that. And I am not good with baking. I did that with him. And he was so excited that Daddy loved the homemade bread. They're gluten-free, okay? It's really hard to make a good gluten-free homemade bread. Just saying. Daddy loved it. So today, before I even realized what was going on, he made another batch for his dad. I have no idea how this batch is going to turn out. But he did that. And he loved it. And he enjoyed it. And I'm going to keep my mouth shut after this video when I have to go in and clean up that whole mess. Because gluten-free bread is also very sticky. My older son made cookies for his jiu-jitsu coach and family. Little peanut butter cookies with a little kiss on top. That was his thing, and he loved every minute of it. All out, or as minimal as possible. Do it with joy. Please. And have a very, very Merry Christmas.